Anything about this show?
I'm late, so what I'm going to do is, right now it's 5:18 Eastern Standard Time, June 14th, 2015. I'm T-Street Controversy. This is T-Street Controversy Live. I cover every single major fight live. So, since it's early, if you don't know the issue with my voice, since it's early, my voice hasn't developed for the day yet. But, oh, this is HBO. Sorry, Al Heyman. Nicholas Walters is a 126-pound bully. He says he's been fighting at 126 pounds since he's since he was a teenager, and he comes into the ring 140 plus. So now you have to ask yourself, well, you don't have your title anymore, even though you got a win over this, I don't want to disrespect, but Marriaga, and most likely, because it's HBO, they're probably pronouncing his name wrong. Just saying. A big money fight, a big fight for fans is now less likely to happen. Lomachenko, the WBO 126-pound champion of the world, amateur phenom, and Nicholas the Axeman Walters. One thing we know about Lomachenko is, in the very second fight of his career, he fought Orlando Salido in a fight where Orlando Salido took it as disrespect, from my understanding. Like, why y'all put me against this new guy? You know, like he ain't even earned his bones yet. Like that kind of situation. So what did he do? He said basically, excuse my language, fuck that belt. I'm gonna come in heavy on him, and I'm gonna fight him dirty. And he won. So basically what he did is, in a sense, he took Lomachenko to school, in a sense. So we know that Nicholas Walters, being a 126-pound bully, his plan will likely be to come in 145, 148, maybe step into the ring with all this gear on at like 151, 152. This is a big dude. So how will Lomachenko deal with that? Well, we have to understand that Lomachenko is a very skilled fighter with high ring IQ up here. So even though he's only had 4 fights in his career, you've seen him learn so much in each fight. So to beat a guy like Nicholas Walters, you don't trade in exchange with a guy like Nicholas Walters. For example, Roy Jones pointed out that maybe, hold up, the fight just ended. So what we're going to do is, I got a plan in the background on the DVR. So we'll listen to his post-fight interview. I told you I'm late. It's 5 in the morning. The fight came on like 11 p.m. sometime, so I don't know what happened yet. I've been staying on Facebook, social media.
It was a big moment for Marriaga there, who landed a clean power shot. Final copy box numbers. Walters landing 114 more and throwing 190 more. Landing at a higher connect percentage. Total power punches, Walters landing 35 more, throwing 8 less. Landing 52% of his power punches. There's the magic number.
The odds be going into tonight that both fights go the distance, with Verdejo in against an aggressive fighter who's going to mix it up.
Let's wait for the post-fight interview from Walters. But I look at it like this. Lomachenko wants to unify the division or be undisputed before his 10th victory. Now, if you don't know, Abner Maris, and I forgot the other guy's name. Abner Maris is, thank you, Al Heyman, now the number 2 guy to get a shot at the WBA 126-pound title, WBA Super World. So basically, the WBA belt may likely fall into the PBC's hands. Now remember when there was a time where, in the long ago, before PBC, before Mayweather Pacquiao, there was something called the Cold War. Now I don't know what this is, now go on, but it was something called the Cold War. And through a purse bid and through the hunger of a guy like Gary Russell Jr., who is now the WBC 126-pound champion, by the way, and Vasyl Lomachenko, who the amateur phenom I spoke of earlier, they had a fight. An HBO fighter at that point in time being sent over to Showtime to capture a belt in foreign land. Like it's if you don't know your boxing politics, then you don't know what that meant for boxing at the time. It was big. So Vasyl Lomachenko won, and now here we are, where Lomachenko wants to unify the division, but now you may have two belts that you may not be able to get because of politics. Meaning, if Abner Maris or whoever, maybe another PBC guy, Al Heyman guy, oh, it's still HBO, gets his hands on that WBA belt, then it'll belong to basically, thank you, Al Heyman. To whereas in the WBC, who Vasyl Lomachenko already beat Gary Russell, maybe Gary Russell may want to take that fight again, he'll lose. So the politics, I'm T Street Controversy, might be able to get Lee Selby, maybe. I'm T Street Controversy. This is T Street Controversy Live. I cover every single major fight live. Where's the post-fight interview? Was there a post-fight interview?
A great fight for television, one that I'm sure me and all the other boxing fans would love to see.
On the other hand, Roy makes a great point.
So basically, Nicholas Walters said he had went home to see his mom. To Jamaica. You know, he had those oxtails, that curry goat, rice and beans, his greens, his yams. Oh, the sweet yams. He just didn't have a post-fight interview. That was his promoter because they didn't want to ask him about the Vasyl Lomachenko situation and the weight situation. So therefore they said, listen, just no post-fight interview. Take your ass to the back, get a shower, get the hell out of here. I wouldn't even be surprised if there wasn't a post-fight press conference. But then again, HBO is very very organized and things like that. Yeah, there was no post-fight interview. So I am T Street Controversy. This is T Street Controversy Live. I cover every single major fight live. Please subscribe. You can watch all my videos on realcombatmedia.com, as well as boxing, mixed martial arts, jiu-jitsu, media calls, media days, full coverage. Please subscribe.